I'm sure. Now, you've chosen a very, very different story.
I have
story,
actually,
Anna.
and I've chosen this for quite genuine reasons, because it's a subject that has been very close to my heart. And it's a subject, actually, which I didn't know much about, I freely admit that, until I was the Public Health Minister. And it's a huge, I think, scandal. Full credit to the Scottish Government that set up this inquiry, the Penrose inquiry, to look at contaminated blood. And in short, it's about 30 years ago, back in the 80s, there were a large number of people, mainly haemophiliacs, who have enough problems, who were given blood that was basically dirty blood. And it contained Hep C, hepatitis C, and HIV, and a number of them contracted HIV.
They were infected with AIDS by hospitals.
Well, infected with HIV. For some of them, that actually then turned into AIDS. The Department of Health has always denied any liability. Some of this blood actually came from American prisons, and it hadn't been properly checked out as to what it actually was, and whether, in fact, it was clean blood or it might be tainted in some way. And it's undoubtedly the case that some 2,000 people, if not more, have suffered hugely. I met with many of them during my time.
Conclusions to be drawn from this?
I'll tell you what I think. I think it's very much to the credit of this government that some of the big injustices, Bloody Sunday and the Savile inquiry, and what the Prime Minister then said and the way he delivered all of that in Parliament, and put their hands up and said, this was wrong, bad things were done. I apologise on behalf of previous governments. And we did the same with Hillsborough in the inquiry.
And you think the same is
and
going to have to happen
now
with
I very much hope. The question has always been about the amount of money that is required to do the right thing by these people, and it's an extraordinary amount of money. And there's been debate about it. My own view is we should do the right thing, and if that means it's an awful lot of money, we should do it. Go on,
and just you have to do this job. You have to imagine when you see these wrongs that it was your mum or your dad or your brother or sister or loved one that was affected. Put yourself in their shoes.
Yeah, and there's been two great MPs. We've got to give them credit. Diana Johnson's done a grand job. Carl McCartney, I know, also, and Alistair Burt has really ratcheted this up with the boss.